seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Buying time to his left. He's got right on the short throw. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. The Lions at 6-10 on the year. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down. 14.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
All right. On 4th down, Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Ready? Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Here's Hall. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Here's Hall. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they can't bring him down. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
3rd and long, it's Goff. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th, they're going to try a second time. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta, but they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Ready, 6, Madden.
Hall. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
What's that?
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. They'll try the air now with Goff. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
17! 17! Louis. Cut.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Harbaugh.
On 1st down, it's Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Louis. Super.
Goff. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Now it's Hall. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Gotta have it, baby. We gotta have it. We gotta call the blood. What's up?
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Goff looking to change the play. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
All right. Come on out.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Ric Flair. Hey, kill.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Goff now looks to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Open man right side is St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hey, hell you won. 5.
They'll run with Gibbs. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. He'll get this to Nwangu. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Hall. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ready.
2nd down and 8.
3. Green Jack. Fury. Yellow.
Throwing here is Hall. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Back to throw, Hall. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Down.
Quickly to Addison here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Ready. Trouble 38.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Hall to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. And now an audible here into something else.
Slide through.
Hall now to throw on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Now a handoff to Chandler. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Aiden Hutchinson able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
Here we go. Set. Let's go.
They run it with Chandler. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Chandler will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
He gets it to Addison. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hall. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
After the interception, here's Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. Brown.
They'll run for the first time with a speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
And this is going to be intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Hall. He'll find Nwangu underneath. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
You talk about this Lions defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's Hall. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. Now Hall throwing on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Addison hauls it in. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Hall. That is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Williams now on the return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Play action. It's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
76.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Deuce. Hey, 76. 76.
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
Now left side on the swing pass. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Aleem McNeil in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the shutout, at least for now, is still intact. Great job by the defense after, Charles, last time this crew was out here, remember, they gambled in their own territory, didn't get it. But the defense held, gave up no points.
And, Brandon, sometimes it all just comes together, and I think the head coach senses it today. His defense, they're absolutely on fire. It doesn't matter where the ball is on the field. When that defense trots out there, no one's moving it, no one's scoring, and he's playing to it right now.
Well, that group's chasing a shutout. Teammates here on the offensive side going to try to provide a touchdown and gain the momentum even more on this series. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Hall. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now it's Hall. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Quez Watkins, 45 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Shell.
Goff now looks to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 66 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Whoa. Hey, lift.
Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mekhi Blackman's got it down the right sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. A final shot before break here. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Here's Goff now on second down. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here's Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A give right side for Gibbs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Another run for Gibbs here. And some room to maneuver. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, Goff. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Cameron Bynum. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Brick wall. Turbo.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
14. 14. There we go.
They are going for it. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Now they'll audible to something else. Now Hall. Touchdown! Kene Nwangu, 30 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Off play action. Here's Goff. And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Williams to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7.
Super 66.
Now it's Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
2nd and 5.
17. 7-2 up.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Hold on. Check. Lock.
Goff now to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now Goff on first down. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now 2nd and 3.
Super.
At the 27-yard line.
Value 1.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Louis. Super.
Play action. It's Goff. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Throwing here is Hall. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they take advantage of what looked like an unsure defense. They wind up getting 8 on 4th and 3.
Let's go now. Fight, white. Blue striker. Smash, red. Hut, hut.
Here's Hall. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Vikings.
Black Ultra. Red, yellow.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he's got this down to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there and a first down. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Hey, red. Ready.
Here's Chandler on second down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Joseph on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Joseph now to have the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear. There he goes, right side. How about this? Racing to the end zone, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. A Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. They'll look to throw, and this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Quickly to Addison here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly